Hey everybody, I am back with another message. We're going to look into the energies of Will and how he feels about August and Jada. We're going to look into see how Jada feels about August and how August feels about Jada. Okay, I think that makes sense. Let me get some things out. Let me talk a little bit. This is nothing new. It doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel like a really big news, I don't know, clipping announcement. But what is new about it is exposure. But this is happening a lot. You see it all 2020, exposure, 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 exposure. So that's what's new, that it is being exposed, which means this is time. When something is exposed, that means it's been happening constantly, and it's been happening secretly, privately. This is something that someone needed to change in their journey and it didn't change. So, most likely, Jada's been doing this for a very long time. Will's been doing this for a very long time. In August is the one who changes it all. He actually becomes the tower because he doesn't stand for this type of behavior. Well, at least not on this side. When it was going for his good, everything was fine. So this is not new news to me. However, it does show you a lot about the kind of people that is out here. So we're going to look into some of these energies. So when I get to August, how does August feel about Jada? I'm telling you the truth. He says it much better. She was his everything. She was his everything. When I say everything, I'm talking about everything. She was the counselor. She was the emperor. She was the king and the queen of his life. She was the sun. She was the moon. She was the stars. She was the Hierophant. She was every last major. She was a major in his life. He gave himself to her, sacrificing his soul to her, sacrificing his spirit to her, his idea of life. He gave in to her. She was the, I just saw a couple of words. I don't want to say those words, but I saw her as kind of made me feel like, yeah, wow. Just felt a lot of negative energies or seducing energies around her when I got to that point. From saw the word harlot to Jezebel to Beetlebub to, I saw a wound, I saw seduction, I saw babies, I saw a lot. So she was his everything, and he did sacrifice himself to her. When I say sacrifice, I'm talking about forget my higher power. We are the higher power together. Forget my ideas, forget my morals, forget my values, forget what they taught me, forget everything that I experienced. She is spirit. She is the mother of all mothers. And he even had a mother. She was a mother to him as well. She really was everything. She is good at what she does. She knows how to capture the hearts of men. She's good at this. Some is intentional and many are not. This is just who she is. She's an attractive spirit. She has this attractive energy in her, and this is what he felt. So wow, she was his everything. She made him very, very happy. He felt so happy with her. I even feel the happiness, and the happiness that he was experiencing was so faulty, and he didn't even know it. He didn't know that she'd done this before to other men. But my goodness, he was so happy with her. He was so sick. He was so confused in his life. He was not a kid, so he has to take responsibility. But he definitely was attached to her. He has a soul tied to her. Um, I don't know if it's vice versa though, but yeah, she made him happy. I do feel love there. Oh, there it goes. Love actually came out. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I do feel this love there. I do feel he still loves her. He has pure, genuine love for her. He could have fought. He could have fought. Why do I feel like somebody is at fault for this? He could have fought. When I say he could have fought, I was actually talking about a person. Is it her new man? He could have fought. I heard that clearly. But he didn't. He loved her unconditionally in that way. He definitely wanted a whole new world with her. Yeah, I just saw some skiing. They probably went skiing together. That's probably when that awakening came that he wanted to marry her or be with her more or something like that. It was some type of revelation that he got that he wanted things to be deeper. I saw skiing, some type of winter getaway or something. Yeah, that is deep. But I tell you one thing, the healing that he got will last him forever. I think he's thankful for that too. This healing was real. She definitely was a part of helping him heal. She really was. He just put her on this high pedestal. He did that. He did that. Yeah. So, of course, he hated that things had to end, but he did not fight to stay. He did not fight to stay. That's how much he cared about her. He wanted her to be happy. Yeah. She cheated on him. That's amazing because I do have women that I talk to in counsel that is the other woman, a side chick, and they'll be like, he cheated on me. But he already cheated on his wife, so why are you shocked that he cheated on you? It's amazing. But yeah, I do feel like there was a third party situation here, and I don't think that person was Will. I really don't think so. Maybe a possible Taurus or Scorpio could have been involved in this situation. Or maybe the betrayal was just that um, you can't marry her. Some kind of way he woke up in the midst of all of this and realized that he could not marry her, that he could not have this new life with her. He had to close out the thoughts of marrying her. He had to accept that. He really wanted her to be his wife. He really wanted to marry her. How could he think like that? It almost feels like he was promised. Almost feels like that. But that doesn't make sense. Let's see what's here. Because of everything that has happened, of course, he's dealing with a lot of hindrance and pain. It's like his goddess, lied to him. But actually, he just woke up. It wasn't a lot of lies. But, okay. So let's just get all this out. And then I'll give it to you. Here we go. So, how he feels about her. He feels that she is everything. He still believes in her power and strength because that is real. She really is a healer. She really, really is a healer. She really, really have helped him and helped him heal, helped him separate. She lifted him up. She helped promoted him to king status. She took him through training, but she didn't give him anyone to worship. And he ended up worshiping her instead. And you know what happens when you worship creation and you hold up idols. Yeah, it kind of turn on you, doesn't it? But so that part is real. The love is real. The ideal of the relationship was definitely real. And I got something here about him awakening and then calling her a liar, seeing her as a deceiver, seeing her as trickery. But actually, that's not true. He asked for something that wasn't a part of the deal. He wanted more than what he was told he can have. Some kind of way he woke up and he said to himself, like, why is there restrictions on this relationship, and why we can't do this, and why we can't do that, and why we can't walk here, and why we can't hold hands, why we can't go places together, and why I can't be around certain family members, and why I can't be around certain friends. And he just woke up, and he had this tornado that he pretty much, this tornado just came out of him, and he just spent out of control. I actually see him having a tantrum in the midst of their house. But see, that makes sense to his behavior, because when you're on drugs, and if you have an addiction, if you have an addictive behavior, and you want more and more and more and more and more. And in this situation, he knew that he couldn't have a certain amount. He knew things that couldn't happen. But you deceive yourself to believe that you can get more and more and more and more. And he spent out of control. He actually reverted back to the mind state of, I can get what I want. I should be able to have what I want, and why I can't have what I want. So he kind of spent out of control. He was not lied to. He just woke up. It was probably a little vacation or something to do with a time of winter where he woke up. I kind of got skiing. I felt like it was, yeah, something like that. Some type of winter vacation or getaway, and snow and something. He just woke up in a different way, like, why I can't have more. And he went and with that energy and caused a big tornado, acted out. I sound like I'm talking like a child. Acted out amongst a lot of people. He wanted to know why he couldn't have more. It just didn't make sense to him anymore. This is still a grown man. You was fine while you was fine. You allowed that. You wanted her comfort and her energy so bad that you didn't even listen to what you couldn't have. You just did whatever it takes to stay there. He was not lied to. I don't have lies here, but I do got this seduction here, and it's seduction in another kind of way. How does she feel about him? Let's just get this out the way. She definitely had love for him, but it just feels like she loves no one. It just feels like that. It feels like she loves no one. But she did have love for him. It feels like that she had a plan, an assignment for him. Like, I'm going to teach you how to love yourself. I'm going to teach you that you're greater than everybody else in the world. Then I'm going to teach you that you're great for me. Then I'm going to teach you that you never needed me. And then I'm going to teach you how to live without me. That's like that thing right there. That part. That part of, she was emotionally in control of the relationship. Even the timing of the relationship. And when she saw him becoming his own self, then she began to work on another way of training him. She was definitely the lead, and she definitely had love for him and appreciation for him. But to tell you the truth, it amazes me when the therapist need a therapist, when a counselor need a counselor, because the truth of the matter is, it feels like Jada won't grow up. That's how it really do feel. And being with someone who may be in a higher spiritual level than her, there may be something she will never do. It's not about age. It's about if you are stronger than me, I don't know how to exist around that. She likes to be in situations where she is the spiritual lead, the leader, the emperor. And that's what she's connected to, people who worship her, people who listen to her, people who need her. She always wanted to be needed. And that is the issue between her and Will. He's a man of his own. There's nothing for you to play with. You know how sometimes women, when there's drama, they're all in. Now you fix the drama and ain't got nothing else to do. She's addicted to drama as well. She don't got nothing else to do. And Will doesn't need her. She says pretty much, I had no option but to release August. It disappointed me to release him, but I had no choice. I did not want to release him. See, that's the thing that what I just heard, the sensei. Sometimes a sensei would do you like that, an unhealthy sensei. Now is the time for your release. Abuse of power. Pray. Abuse of power. I had no option but to do this. You had arrived to your moment. I was disappointing myself. I did not want to release you, but I had to. Now all of a sudden there's a higher power. Spirit told me I had to release you. Yeah, I had to release you. It was time. Why was it time? Because I saw something in you. We know what you saw. It's called the Ace of Cups. You had never had that. You've never experienced that. And you saw that coming out of him. And you really want to put Will face on that. So it's time for you to what? You have made it. Gold ribbon, champion. Now you can go off into the world. You wanted the lovers of it. You wanted the chemistry, the attraction. You wanted the flame. But when that flame matured and turned into the Ace of Cups, then now he can graduate and go on with his life like a bird. Well, I got an attitude. What did you see, Jada? What did you see? What was exposed to you? What was exposed? She said, I had no choice because I saw something. I saw something. I had no choice. Something was exposed. I began to see clarity. Here we go again. Come on, poet. I began to see that there was nowhere in the world we can walk the same life together. No, you were done. You were done. You were done. Because sometimes women stay with men they don't want. Even a man that cheated on them, just so they can punish him every day of his life. Sometimes women stay with a man because they don't know themselves and it's easier to manage. And when he began to learn himself, then it gets boring, right? There's nothing else for you to fix. Something is going on in her that's doing this. Something's going on in her. Is that what happened with Tupac? Is that what happened? Why do I keep seeing Erykah Badu? That's my second time seeing her name. Actually, I just saw Badu. Is that what happened? She's not connected to healthy relationships. Because that was a healthy moment. he began to see that he was worth more. That's a healthy moment, right? She got clarity. All of a sudden, it was exposed to her clarity that we can't walk in the same path. First, we were meant to come together for a special time as this, and now the sensei says this is not the time anymore. I made the decision. I had to. I had no choice but to release us because now it's unhealthy. No, now it was real business. He was walking into kingdom minded stuff. He was becoming a king. He was a king. He was waking up and getting in his real title. He was no longer wounded and he started to stand up and speak for himself. You didn't release him because he was unhealthy. You released him because he was healthy. She was fighting against this feeling, fighting against this choice. She wanted to be there with him during the separation. See what I'm saying? I didn't want to walk away. How could you heal him? He becomes who he needs to become. And you got to run away because he is growing outside of your crop. He's getting too tall. And then you want to help him through the breakup. You want to help him. God dog it. Y'all got to be careful, man, about this spirit. This is an energy. This is a real spirit that jump into people. Women carry this thing. Go read Eve. She helps him heal. He becomes who he needs to be. And then he began to demand his dominion in life. And then she said, now is the time for me to free you. But yet she still want to help him break up with her, heal from her. Toxic. How does Will feel about this? This is the kicker right here. How does he feel? He absolutely not surprised. Repeated pattern. It's been going on forever. How does Will feel about the situation? Already knew it was going to happen. Saw this before. I'm good. Want no parts of this. Just waiting on the day for her to release him. Yeah. Ain't that something? Amazing. He absolutely does not have one energy towards this. Only thing he asked for was the privacy. That's all he asked for was the privacy. He has money. He has companies on the line. He doesn't want the image. That's all he asked for. But how he feels about this, I have absolutely no energy towards this situation. But he's disappointed. Their vow is an NDA. Their vow between each other is you are not supposed to allow or release or let anything come up out of our covenant. We have a bond with each other. You keep the privacy. I'm going to come back and do some messages on Will and Jada's relationship again. August is the Tower. He did what had to be done, not only for his own strength, not only for his own kingdom mentality, not only for his self-worth, but he had to do this so he can know that he had the power in him all alone. And he had to expose the spirit of people who are predators, people who care more about image than truth. He had to tell everybody that this good counselor is also hurting people that get in her web, that she chooses, that she selects. So when I come back with the next video, we're going to look at Jada deeply because there is something going on in here. There's a lack of unconditional love in here. So much wisdom, but there's a lack of unconditional love. And then I just want to pull a little bit of, just we're just going to look a little bit at Will and Jada to see what's going to happen between them now, because many people might be wondering what's happening in their relationship because of August or because of August speaking. It's not about their relationship romantically. I believe that Will may have an action towards her because she allowed this to come out, but she didn't allow it. She just couldn't contain this one. She couldn't hold this one down. She held down the rest of them. She made it so that the rest of them didn't talk. So she really thought she had control over him, but she really didn't. There was a piece of value still left in him. She missed the mark on this one. He got out of the cage is what I'm trying to say. But I do feel like an action is about to be taken from Will to Jada because of what has happened. I feel some anger there. Okay, so we'll separate this from that. Alrighty. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.